everybody. Welcome back to Southern Goucher Prime. This is Dawn, and today I have our Case of the Week video. And tonight I'm going to be sharing the story of Echo Michelle Lloyd. Echo went missing from Edwards, Missouri on around May 10th of 2020. And when Echo went missing, she was 47 years old. Like I said, she was last seen on May 10th, 2020 in Edwards, Missouri. And she did disappear from her rural lake home on Mother's Day. Echo has brown hair, brown eyes. She is 5'4" tall, and she weighs 100 to 110 pounds. She does have several distinct tattoos. She has the words "Let It Be" and birds on her right forearm. She has the names of her 4 children, Kelsey, Casey, Caitlin, and Kylie, on her right wrist. She has a blue survivor ribbon on one of her wrists, and a rose on her ankle, and a butterfly on the right side of her chest. And you can see in the picture there on the side, you can see that butterfly tattoo there, just right below her collarbone. So just a little bit of background on Echo. She was born on May 23rd, 1972 in Harrisonville, Missouri. She has 4 children, 3 grandchildren. She graduated from Pleasant Hill High School, and she was a lifelong resident of Pleasant Hill, Missouri. Uh, she was very close to her adult daughter, Kelsey, since they were incredibly close. And prior to her disappearance, Echo had separated from her husband. This was an amicable separation. Echo was also an artist, and she enjoyed spending her time being creative, working on projects, things of that nature. So after separating from her husband, she moved about 60 miles away in the early fall of 2019 to the community of Edwards, Missouri. And at the time that she disappeared, she was living alone in a house. The house was on about a 10-acre property. It had a lake on it. And she spent a lot of time renovating the house and working on various home projects. So now we're going to go through the timeline of the events leading up to Echo's disappearance. On the evening of May 9th, which was the day before Mother's Day, Echo spoke on the phone to her daughter, Kelsey. On May 10th, the next day, Kelsey, around 3 p.m., Kelsey did stop by Echo's house to wish her a happy Mother's Day. When she got there, she knocked on the door. No one answered the door. Echo's car was not in the driveway. Keep that in mind, was not in the driveway. So Kelsey left flowers and a Mother's Day card on the back porch. And she also left a note asking her mom to call her. On May 10th, they do know that Echo was at a Dollar General store. And they also know that she was at a Walmart store because they found the receipt. Kelsey found a receipt from a Walmart store dated May the 10th with Echo's signature on it. So on May 11th, Kelsey still hadn't heard anything from her mother. She tried calling her again. Echo doesn't answer the phone. Kelsey continues to call throughout the next 5 days to a week, and still no answer. And all the calls are going straight to voicemail. So by May 15th, obviously Kelsey is very concerned about not being able to get in touch with her mother. She returns to her mother's home. When she gets there, the car, Echo's car, is now sitting in the driveway. So if you remember, we mentioned we go back to May 10th, the last confirmed sightings of her, when Kelsey had gone over there to bring her the Mother's Day gifts. Her car was not in the driveway. When Kelsey returned on the 15th, the car is back in the driveway. She knocks on the door. There's no answer. She also checked her mother's she shed. This is where Echo did a lot of her projects. She was nowhere to be found. So Kelsey ended up breaking one of the windows, um, entered the home, and she noticed that someone had been inside that she thought was not her mother. Now, the reason she thought this was because there was food, moldy food inside the home. I said this is very unlike Echo. She was very OCD, and she would not leave her home in that condition. Her vehicle, her purse, wallet, her cash, cigarettes, a lighter, and most of her belongings were left behind, but her keys, her firearm, her cell phone, and her medications were not in the house. They disappeared with her. And this is also when they found, when Kelsey found the Walmart receipt dated May the 10th with her mother's signature on it. So during the course of the investigation, they did find Echo's cigarettes and lighter on the nightstand in her bedroom. Her purse and wallet, which had her ID and some cash in it, was found on the floor. However, like I said earlier, her car keys, her firearm, her cell phone, and her medications were not there. So, speaking as a former smoker, if I was going to leave of my own accord or just run out to get something, run errands, I would definitely make sure I took my cigarettes and lighter with me. And if you're a woman, when you leave the house, you're going to at least have your wallet with you, a debit card, credit card, cash, whatever the case may be. So to me, it's obviously a big red flag that she did not take her cigarettes and lighter. She did not take her purse, wallet, any kind of cash, debit card, and her ID with her. So also, we mentioned earlier that they had the receipt from the Walmart with the Echo signature on it, but they also have multiple people that did see her at the Dollar General store. Now, this says Warsaw, but there's a video I'm going to show you here in a little bit, and I believe they said it was actually Climax Springs, Missouri, where she was spotted at this dollar store. Um, Authorities do believe that Echo did return home on the 10th after Kelsey had dropped by and left the flowers, and that she left her car parked in the driveway. And after that, have been, as far as my research that I could find, there have been no confirmed sightings of Echo. So, in further investigation, her phone record, bank account, and social media have had no activity since her disappearance. She did have her medication with her, but since her disappearance, she has not refilled any of her prescriptions. Sorry, my slides are getting out of order. She has not refilled any of her prescriptions, and according to her family, Echo had previously complained about a neighbor having showing some possessive behavior towards Echo. I've read in some articles that he possibly could have had access to her keys and possibly her phone. Um, this man, it says here, this man has not been named publicly when I first started researching this case, I did find one article that did name the gentleman and that he had been arrested for some other charges, but he has not been, as far as I know, he is not a person of interest or a suspect in Echo's case. And of course, he has denied any involvement in her disappearance. So now I have about a 3-minute video clip I want to show you. This is an interview with Echo's cousin.
First, this isn't just a face on a flyer. This is a real person, and we love her, and we want her home. We want her home.
A desperate plea from a Missouri family to help find their missing cousin. Echo Lloyd was last seen 2 months ago today in Climax Springs. Andrew Vranick spoke to her cousin in Bates County and joins us live with more on this call for help. Andrew?
Lisa, Echo Lloyd was last seen on Mother's Day. That was May 10th. She was last seen at a Dollar General in Climax Springs. Her daughter, her brother, and her cousins haven't heard from or seen her since. They think someone out there knows what happened to her. It's been a hard 2 months for Mary Dubray and her family.
It's been devastating.
Dubray's cousin, Echo Lloyd, has been missing since Mother's Day. She was last seen at the Dollar General in Climax Springs.
That is the last time we believe she was seen or heard from.
Lloyd hasn't used her cell phone, credit cards, or filled prescriptions since her disappearance.
She's on several medications that she does not have with her, nor does she have her billfold or her car. She is absolutely missing without a trace.
The Benton County Sheriff's Office is investigating. They are getting help from the Missouri State Highway Patrol and the FBI.
We don't feel that she, decided to leave her life or is gone of her own free will. We feel, as the family, we feel like there is definitely foul play involved.
Dubray, her sister, and Lloyd's daughter, Kelsey Smith, have set up a Facebook page to try and spread the word about Lloyd in hopes someone knows something.
We want to get her face in front of as many people as we can so that someone can recognize her and say, oh, I know what happened. I'm going to help these people find their loved one.
Dubray said her family isn't giving up hope, even though there are moments when doubt starts to set in.
When you lose someone that you love and you know how and why, it's devastating. But when you lose someone that you love and you don't know why, and you don't know where they are, and you don't know what happened, it's a wound that won't heal. And it's really, really hard to move past that.
If you have any information that can help investigators in this case, you're asked to call the Benton County Sheriff's Office or the State Highway Patrol. We've posted both of their phone numbers on our website this evening. We've also included a detailed description of Echo Lloyd, as well as a link to their Bring Echo Home Facebook page in this article on our website and news app. Reporting live tonight in Butler, Andrew Havranek, KY3 News.
I just wanted to show you that video. I always like to include an article or a video with interviews with family members, because obviously aside from the victim, the family members are the most important part of these cases. So foul play is suspected in Echo's disappearance. There is a $7,000 reward offered for any information about Echo's whereabouts. The circumstances of her disappearance remain unclear. Her case is currently classified as just missing, and of course it remains unsolved. This is on the right-hand side of the slide here. You can see it's just an excerpt from an article. And Kelsey, her daughter, said she wouldn't just walk away from her family. She loves her kids and her grandbabies, and she would never leave us. With no leads or answers, Kelsey and the family say that they fear that foul play was involved. Kelsey also said, my mom is a follow the rules kind of gal. She has never been in trouble for anything, and if she knew the cops were looking for her, she would be here. And the $7,000 reward consists of, excuse me, private donations from Echo's friends and also from strangers. So if you have any information regarding Echo, her disappearance, her possible whereabouts, please contact the Missouri State Highway Patrol at 800-877-3452, the Missing Persons Clearinghouse at 573-526-6178, or the Benton County Sheriff's Office at 660-438-6135. All right, guys, that is our missing or our case of the week. Please, I encourage you, implore you, please share this video anywhere and everywhere you can, all your social media platforms, any Facebook groups you may be in, to get Echo's story out there, keep her face out there, her name out there, so that her case is not forgotten, that she is not forgotten, and hopefully this will jog somebody's memory if they happen to see happen to see Echo or saw anything suspicious around the time that Echo disappeared. Thanks for watching. Please give the video a thumbs up before you leave. Leave comments. And like I said, share it. That's the most important thing you can do. And until next time, take care of yourselves. Be careful out there and take care of each other. Thanks, guys.